Hello, everyone. I'm Chantal Sicile-Kira, and I'm coming to you live from Jeremy's art studio. Jeremy Sicile-Kira is my son, and he is a professional artist, and here he's painting with his friend Matt. And while he is doing the painting in the background, I'm going to be sharing with you a presentation that Jeremy does that talks about him and his life and how he became the professional artist that you see today. And I will be reading his talk, and I will be showing you the PowerPoints that he has picked to go with the talk. My Life with Colors by Jeremy. Hello, my name is Jeremy Sicile-Kira. I am 31 years old, and I am an artist. I would like to tell you about my life. But first, I want to say that I am truly grateful to be here. Greatly, I hope that after my talk, everyone listening will be inspired to realize that all of you can make a difference in the world by focusing on your strengths and talents. I am stuck in a body that doesn't work well. My muscles don't always move the way that I want them to, which is why speaking is difficult for me. Despite not being able to speak very much, I graduated from Torrey Pines High School in June 2010 with a full academic diploma. I like to think like a great teacher once told me, you are the product of your parents and a product of your environment and the reaction you have to both. If you are a hard worker and have great parents and a good school, you will be successful. I gave a commencement speech at my high school graduation using voice output technology. Here it is.
Hello everyone, my name is Taylor Rippey. I'm senior class secretary this year. And I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. It's Jeremy Sicile-Kira. Jeremy has autism and limited speech and is a graduate of Torrey Pines High School class of 2010. He wrote the following speech using voice output software on his notebook computer. He would now like to share his thoughts. Jeremy.
I have spent 7 years at Torrey Pines High School. 3 years ago, I walked the graduation ceremony. Today I walk the same path, in the same cap and gown, but I have now earned my academic diploma. My education at Torrey Pines has been my greatest achievement. I was once diagnosed autistic and severely retarded. When I arrived at Torrey Pines, I could not communicate, and I spent my days in a class for the severely handicapped. Now I am going to college. I am writing a book about my life. I have become an inspiration nationally to many parents and educators of children with autism. My story is like Helen Keller's, the deaf, mute, and blind girl. Helen Keller had a teacher, Anne Sullivan, who taught her and took her out of isolation. My first great teacher was my mom, then the high school teachers. My favorite story about Torrey Pines is when my teacher, Alan Gustafson, realized for the very first time that I understood everything. He was really trying to learn how to communicate with me. He said, "Jeremy, I know you are in there somewhere. I can't know what you are capable of unless you tell me." I looked at him and saw tears in his eyes. I really wanted to make him happy. My nice teacher continued to try and reach me. He said, "Give me a sign." I looked at him and spelled with him for the first time. Great teacher Alan was so happy. The teachers here gave me good advice on more than just the subjects they taught. They understood that I might be different on the outside, but that on the inside I was just like any other student. Other important people include the ladies in the administration building, who always said hi to me and told me they were happy to see me. My speech teacher, Dr. Palmer, was nice, even if she tried to convince me to become a Republican. An exciting memory from this campus is when an MTV camera crew followed me around campus for the show, True Life I Have Autism. I would like to thank Bruce Cochran, Director of Pupil Services, for the chance he took and the faith he had in me. I would like to thank the administrators, the school staff, the educators, including Maureen and Janine, for allowing my voice to be heard. Without you, my life would still be imprisoned in darkness. Nicely, I wish I had made more friends from my years here. Being autistic, that is the hardest part. It is important to include all students in general education classes, so they can be with their peers. When Helen Keller grew up, she graduated from college, became an author, and an advocate for people with disabilities. I hope to do the same. My real message to you today is: teachers, never underestimate your students, no matter how disabled they may appear or what difficulties they face. Parents, believe in your children and encourage them to fulfill their dreams. Students, give yourself the power to hear the voice inside telling you that you can create the life you dream of. Believe in yourself and never allow anyone to discourage you.
Jeremy Sicile-Kira.
Brian Roberts.
Adam Herman.
Good job.
Devin Carter.
That was awesome.
Hello. What up, guys? Let's have a little bit of fun. Oh, yeah. Get up. Don't be shy. It's fine. Work it, guys.
Getting out of the darkness for me was not a miracle. It was a team effort by my parents, my teachers, other professionals, and lots of work over a long period of time. My success is due to the many years of learning and trying to understand what the world is made of. Gradually, over the years, I learned to make sense of all things around me. Now, I want to help others by sharing my story. During my baby years, I remember my mom thought there was something wrong. Really, I was just not the poster boy that you would look at and say, yes, this is the baby I really want. But the doctors did not help my mom at first. They told my mom to put me in an institution. Justly, I do not think that by institution, they meant the United Nations. But that is where I served for a few years. I was a youth representative to the United Nations for the Autism Research Institute, which is based here in California. I was also a youth leader for the Autistic Global Initiative, which was a project of the Autism Research Institute. I have served as a youth advisor to the California Employment Consortium for Youth. Grateful believer of hard work, my mom did not wait for services or just think others could teach me better. Mom tried many things to help me, but not one treatment or therapy alone is the reason for my success, but rather the combination of many. Little by little, my nice mom gave me the tools to recognize that everything had meaning. Mom read to me often and made me understand the connection between words and images and sound. My favorite part of the day was when my mom would take my great books and read to me. I remember I could see the lines on a very spot of a book cover that my mom seemed not to notice. I could not see the letters until my mom got the idea to make transparencies for me. I then lined up the letters and I had to learn to look at the whole letter instead of the lines of black ink that made up the letter. Because looking at letters was then very easy, I could learn to read. When I could read the letters, I read all the letters at once because I had the idea that I could. Pages were like my own best friend then because I could see familiar patterns. I liked patterns, and the letters formed patterns that had meaning. My mom read to me and showed me the words, greatly helping to give meaning to the patterns. Communication has been my greatest challenge. When I was younger, people thought I was stupid because I could not move my muscles to talk. Not being able to talk does not mean that you are stupid. It means that you need to find another way to communicate. Once my mom found a way to teach me to communicate, the teachers were really great about trying the method and were successful. This changed my life. I learned to point with one finger to a letterboard, and that's what Jeremy's doing right now, and communicating with the person supporting him with the paintings. You might have seen him pointing to letters on the letterboard while he's in the middle of painting. So he paints it, to get back to Jeremy's talk, I learned to point with one finger to a letterboard or light writer. This was before iPads existed. To do my homework and to communicate during my high school years. Sometimes now I spell the words without looking directly at the board because I'm using my peripheral vision. Peripheral vision means the vision that occurs outside the center of my eyes, at the edges of my visual field. Really, I prefer to use my peripheral vision when I type because greatly it's easier for me. My dog Handsome likes to use my Bluetooth keyboard sometimes. I co-authored a book, A Full Life of Autism, with my mom to help others preparing for the transition to adulthood. Truly, we share practical information and resources to help you and your family more than we could tell you in a half hour. I may be different because of the way I communicate, but I'm also different because I have synesthesia, which means that the part of my brain that controls the senses, sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste, are wired differently. About 10% of all people have this. Many famous musicians have this, and when they listen to music, they see colors. I see numbers and letters in color, and I see colors even in dust. I also see emotions translated into color when I look at them, and their voices elicit sound as well. This is truly a gift. I also have another gift. I see auras. An aura is a vibration of the energy field surrounding matter, both living and non-living. An aura can be seen as a solid color or layers of colors around people and objects. 4 years ago, I started telling my mom that I had dreams that I was painting the colors of people I had met into beautiful abstract paintings. You can hear more about my story in the San Diego News Report by NBC San Diego anchorman, Greg Bledsoe.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and this next story may change the way you see what is a very complex and not fully understood disorder.
It may also change the way you see everyone around you.
NBC7's Greg Bledsoe joins us now with the story. Greg?
Yeah, and this is really cool, the way he sees the world and everything around him. The person you're about to meet sees things differently than most of us do, but it wasn't until recently he could show everyone the world from his point of view.
You ready, Jeremy? I'm going to help you up.
Rule 1 when it comes to Jeremy Sicile-Kira:
2, 1, let's go.
Keep an open mind.
The misconception is that if you look at him and you watch his behaviors, you might think that there's nothing inside.
But his mom, Chantal, would argue there's a lot inside the mind of this 27-year-old with autism.
SW, answer.
A lot he could tell you one letter at a time, but may prefer
support
to just show you.
When he discovered painting, that was just boom. I could just feel this energy and this emotion, and it just seemed so positive.
Jeremy started painting 3 years ago because of a dream he had.
He spelled out, Mom, I had a dream that I painted 10 paintings and I had my own art show. Could this come true? And I said, well, Jeremy, first you have to paint the paintings.
something that may have come naturally.
Happy yellow.
Because in addition to autism, Jeremy has something called synesthesia,
which for him means that he can see letters, numbers, and words in color. There's the color you chose. He then started talking about the emotions as color. He was talking about people being happy, and that was yellow, and how orange was fun, and this person was a leader, and so therefore they were represented by purple. Okay, blue like the sky.
Which is why every one of his paintings is actually a portrait of someone Jeremy has met.
This one is for I think she's a social worker. They're like really surprised, and they say, how did he know this about me? And it's true.
And it's become more than a hobby.
People are buying them.
The paintings sell for as much as a couple $1,000s, and the list of orders is growing every day.
I am totally blown away. I still don't believe it.
As for that dream he had about one day having his own art show, it opened this month.
TR come true. Dreams come true.
But this is about more than money and more than one person.
Can I fix this for you?
His mom says this is about everyone else out there like Jeremy.
There are a lot of people out there who are not given an opportunity to learn how to type or communicate.
And an open mind can be a beautiful thing.
He's thinking, how many other people may have a talent that we have yet to discover because nobody's given them an opportunity to communicate?
Isn't his work beautiful? Jeremy's installation is going on right now in the East Village downtown at a place called A Space for Art. It'll be open every day from about 11 until 4 through this coming Saturday. It's just, in person, I promise you, they're even brighter and cooler than they are on TV.
That's so awesome. And it's so neat to hear people say, how did he know that about me? And that he really strikes a chord with people. That's so awesome.
There are some examples, his mom says, where he can tell if people are sick or not before they know, and a couple times where he knew someone was pregnant before they did. I mean, yeah, it's really pretty remarkable.
It's a beautiful She's remarkable,
story.
too, to be such a helper in making that happen.
Yeah.
Cool story. Thank you, Greg.
Love it.
April.
I paint the colors of people, but also the colors of nature and cities where I have been. I meet clients via Zoom or FaceTime or Skype who want to have their colors painted. Sometimes I paint couples or families together. Here is an example of a painting I did for a young woman named Quincy. And now I'm also going to read the description of the painting. When Jeremy does a painting for somebody, he always has a dream about it, keeps processing the information, and then he writes the description to go with the painting. So here is the description of the truly beautiful colors of Quincy. Greatly, I truly dreamt I painted the beautiful colors of Quincy. Truly, greatly, mighty purple is present for the strength that Quincy has as a woman in her community and in her life. Nicely, there is white for her true genuineness that she shows to everyone she meets. Truly kind lavender is for the caring Quincy frankly gives to all she meets and the happy times the family has had. There is turquoise for the wellness Quincy works at, always mentally, physically, and spiritually. Frankly, all around, wellness is important to her. Kindly, Quincy happily loves to share this great knowledge, represented by yellow-green. Greatly pink is present for the love she has for her husband and sons. Orange is for the fun she loves to have with her family. Nicely, there is blue like the sky for the adventure that her just heart desires. Greatly yellow represents the happiness that Quincy feels when she spends nice time with her sons. Truly, Quincy feels a calmness when she is outdoors, represented by green. There is red for the love and dedication she has to the church. Greatly gold and silver are abundant for the great presence of God in her life. Frankly, I also make cremation art, paintings that include the cremation ashes of a loved one who has passed. I look at videos or photos of the loved one who has passed on, and I speak to the people who are left behind. And then I paint their colors and write a description. This type of memorial painting honors the life and spirit of the person who passed and is a beautiful reminder of this loved one. I also paint well-known figures I have seen on TV or heard on video. and CDs who have inspired me. As an example, I'm going to share one of my paintings inspired by meditations that I listen to. This painting is called The Beautiful Spirits of Deepak and Oprah. Truly, I dreamt I painted the beautiful colors of Chopra and Oprah as they did the meditation program of the ways we think about time. Truly, I dreamt that Deepak and Oprah frankly helped the world with their meditations represented by nice turquoise. Truly, there was green for the calmness in Deepak's voice and yellow for Oprah and her voice filled with happiness at reaching out and helping so many through meditation. Bright yellow like the sun is present for the pure happiness I nicely feel like so many others after listening to their wonderful meditations. Beautiful blue indigo represented the knowledge that Deepak has about healthy habits for the soul and body. There was nice, kind lavender for Oprah's caring of many who have been oppressed because of their skin color. Greatly purple represented the great leadership that both have worldwide. Nicely great red was justly present for the nice mental health that mediating provides. Frankly, great blue like the sky was present greatly for the beginning of new ways of thinking that meditation provides to those who practice. Truly, there is pink for the love for the both of them shown really all around the world. Orange is for brightness they both bring to many people's lives and helps lead the way. Greatly, Oprah has the spirit of a kind, happy leader and helper to those who need to feel empowered to be able to survive the wrongs they have suffered, represented by the color white. Deepak has the spirit of a true healer and shaman for the modern day. Gold and silver, representing the true power of God, was greatly present. I may be different from you because of my gifts and my challenges, but mostly, I am just like you, a person who wants to enjoy life with family and friends. I like to walk on the beach and to travel. Frankly, I love to go to the gym. And I used to volunteer with the lifeguards to help get the beach ready for swimmers because I love the beach. But mostly, I love painting. It is now my career, and I can help so many people by painting their emotional colors and spiritual essence and then writing their description. My advice to you who are listening today is never give up. Truly be grateful for all that you have and respect the different people you might meet every day. Truly be kind to all people who cross your path. Realize that all people have challenges, but that all people are more similar than different. Remember to try your best. Nicely, I want to tell you to follow your dreams and never let a challenge stop you. Believe in yourself. I hope you are all inspired by my talk to be the very best you can. If you want to know more about me or my art, visit my website and Instagram. Thanks for listening to me, and please stay healthy. Thank you. All right, I'm going to stop the screen share here. Stop the share. And here we are, back in the art studio, which we never left. I hope you all enjoyed Jeremy's presentation. We might stay on a little bit longer and see Jeremy do a last color, or is he taking the tape off, or is he gonna paint now?
One more color.
One more color. All right. So what he's doing is he puts tape on the paintings when he feels like it, that it needs it. And then he paints over it, and then he removes the tape, and that's what leaves the lines that you saw in the paintings that I showed you. And if you look also behind Matt, his friend, you will see part of the Deepak and Oprah painting Actually, we can move to it right now. There it is. It's a really big one. It's 48 by 48. And Jeremy is now going to, is he going to add more color or take the tape off?
More than take the tape off.
All right. I hope you've managed to see some of his communication with the letterboard. Jeremy loves painting big, but he also likes to paint in small places. If it's too big, he gets lost in the space.
Davey.
So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Does Jeremy have anything he wants to add? To people out there?
T-R-U-L, truly, H-A-P-P, happy, S-H-A, sharing, my, T-I-M, painting, A-N, and, M, my, S-T-O-R, story. Truly happy sharing my painting and my story.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of this inclusion conference. Bye.